Hello and welcome to a YouTube channel update. My name is Commissar Hecht. As always, your gracious host and sometimes tormentor of souls for if I'm being DM or whatever the case is. So welcome to a channel update. Now I am starting a little late, so I do want to apologize. But it's because I was trying to upload a video and it was 56% of the way, and I'll just have to re-upload it tonight. That's easy, amongst other things. So yeah, I'm super excited because this channel update, I've got some announcements to make. I have some thank yous to give out, and I have a Imperial Guard Collector's Edition Codex review to show you guys. But yeah, so let's go with the update. So the channel is doing well, actually. It's actually like it's doing so good. When it comes to it, you know, there's a level of surprise, I guess I should say, when it comes to like how awesome things have been. Like, I don't know how else to describe it besides it's great. Things have gone really, really great. So, all right. Well, let me try and describe it for you guys. The channel itself has breached 121 subscribers. Like, oh my god, guys. And it's all because of Savage Gaming, who gave me a shout out, and then Invasive Wargaming, who gave me a shout out. You guys single-handedly have helped this channel grow in a way that I could never imagine. Like, that's how awesome this has been. So we broke 100 subscribers, and you know, 100 subscribers, people will be like, oh, that's cute, you know, whatever the case might be. You know, that's awesome that you broke 100 subscribers. You know, you're a starting YouTube channel, that's a milestone. But some YouTubers would be like, oh, that's cute, you know, I gain 100 subscribers every day, or whatever the case might be, you know, X, Y, and Z. But for us, it's a big deal because, like I said, this channel is a charity channel. As soon as I hit 10,000 views on my videos, it is going to be awesome. Like we will, like, I'll start getting ad revenue, and I'll start hammering out, like, each time I get ad revenue, each month I get ad revenue, you know, and I'm able to cash it in. You know, that's all going to charity. There's nothing to it, you know. Well, a percentage will. So, for those of you who don't know my business model, it's not really a business model. It's just what I'm, the grand design, as it were. Every quarter, I collect. Every quarter that I collect the revenue from either YouTube or my Patreon. And by the way, more information on my Patreon, which, you know, stay tuned for that. We are covering a lot. We're covering the channel update, we're covering 40k winners, we're covering thank yous, we're covering the codex, we're covering a Patreon update. So there's a lot. But back to the main topic at hand. the business model for the channel. So, the business model for the channel is as follows. A portion, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you get awesome rewards. And once we break 10,000 views and I'm able to collect ad revenue for monetization, you will see every quarter, I will put it up on a video and I will talk to my patrons and put a vote up what we're going to do. So say the vote's going to be Doctors Without Borders, Habitat for Humanity, the Red Cross Foundations, Red Crescent Foundations, the UN Human Rights Council, you know, whatever the case might be, right? For what have you. That's all going to come out of the revenue stream and the donations. Okay, so every quarter. And if you don't know what a quarter is, it's the months, the year is divided up, what's called a fiscal year. Starts September, starts in September, ends in August, okay? So, September, October, November, that's quarter one. December, January, February, that's quarter two. March, April, May, quarter three. June, July, August, quarter four. Those are the 4 quarters. So every quarter, I'm going to take 70 to 80% of the money I made, give it to charity. Whether it's through my YouTube ad revenue or whether it's through my Patreon. Now, I'm going to start doing this when I gain, for Patreon specifically, I'm going to start doing this when I gain $50. Okay? And the thing about the YouTube ad revenue is that they will only give you will only get a check from them if you make $100 worth of ad revenue from them. So the YouTube is going to be a little hit and miss depending on how many subscribers I have, depending on how many views I get daily, that kind of a deal. Depending on if they sit through all the ads, right? The YouTube is going to be a little bit hit miss, okay, when it comes to it. But Patreon, once the $50, once I start collecting $50 a month, that's all, you know, 70 to 80% is going to charity. Now, y'all might say, well, what about if you don't get $50 a month? What if you get 9 or 10, or if you're collecting $20 a month? That is not going to be idle. That is going to go to prizes for everyone. All the prizes that I get for you guys, that's going to everyone. Okay? You know, so it's not going into my pocket. It's helping me fund all this, right? Helping me fund the channel. Okay? So keep in mind, you know, pump the brakes. It's not, you know, the money. I'm going to be transparent with my money. Okay? I am going to be transparent with my money. I promise you I'm going to be transparent with my money because you're donating it to me because 1, you like the content, 2, you want to give to a charity. Bro, Dudette, I hear you, okay? Whoever you are, I hear you. This is what's going to happen, okay? So the rest of the money I take, or I quote-unquote pocket, is going to help the channel build and grow so we can do more stuff. All right? I doubt a single penny will go into my pocket, like for my own personal use. This is trying to be self-sustaining, okay? And it's a practice in self-sustainment. So if it all works, I don't have to spend my personal funds, which I don't have a problem with spending my own personal funds because you have to sacrifice to get somewhere, right? So like that's not an issue for me, but I can't be spending my own personal funds all the time. I have a family, I have bills to pay, all that stuff. Now the Air Force doth provide, and I'm a shrewd, you know, I budget my stuff out, but there's a lot of you know, but if this is not a sustainable project, I'd hate to just become a YouTube channel for profit. You know, that's not what I started this channel for. That's not what I'm here for. So there's that. So that's kind of what the business model is. All right. So let's get to thank yous. I want to thank Savage Gaming for doing collaborations with me. I want to also thank Savage Gaming for helping me build my audience base. I will give a link in the description below after the live stream's done to his YouTube channel. Go see him. He's awesome. He's got some great comedy stuff going on. Oh, thank you, thank you, TNT Miner. Money does not grow on trees. You are absolutely right. Money does not grow on trees. However, your money is hard at work. If you decide to donate to me, or if you decide to just watch my videos when all my videos get monetized, the money you give me, whether through donation or whether through just watching my videos all the time, that money's hard at work. It's not idle. Okay, that's going somewhere. So thank you, TNT Miner, for joining me. For the live stream. And if you're not a part of the Discord already, hop on the Discord. Also, Discord in the link below. Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to build the Discord community channel. So, where was I? Oh yes, thank you. So, Savage Gaming, thank you so much for doing the collabs with me with Divinity 2, for helping me build my YouTube player base. Okay, that's awesome. So thank you very much. And Invasive Wargaming, Jesus Christ, dude, you gave me 37 subscribers from your one video. 37 subscribers. I'm shocked and agog. I want to do something awesome with you. I want to do something awesome for you. I know we talked about, you know, hey, I want to give you those Plague Marines, whatnot, and we talked about it, and we're still communicating it. Thank you very much, TNT. You have been promoted to. So, how the Discord works, seeing as someone now just joined, how the Discord works is there are tiers, there are roles in the Discord. Discord personnel who just join are White Shield conscripts. It's loosely based off of 40k. That's fine. You know, it's a 40k theme. But if you want to play a game with someone, please shout out. If you want to create content with me, please shout out. Now, creating content with me is for my Patreon subscribers, or for the people who for the veterans of the game, or of the channel. So just be cognizant of that. You know, creating content for me or with me is, you know, it's going to be hit and miss and whatnot, but it's a privilege. All right, well, not a privilege. Yeah, I guess it's a privilege. I don't want to sound too ostentatious. I don't want to be like, oh, this is a great honor to be creating YouTube content with me. No. If you have the time and you have the games, you have the same games as I do, fuck it, let's do it. I don't care. Some content is fixed, though. So, for example, we have Diablo 3 content coming out. Andravis, LJ, the guy who plays Andravas, and one of his friends is doing Diablo 3 content with me. That's locked. The Divinity content is locked. It's me, Savage, it's me, Savage, Walnut, and Warstrider. So that content is locked. But I will love to do other content with you guys. Keep in mind, I'm active duty military. I'm part of the United States Air Force. I'm Air Force Security Forces. My YouTube schedule is sporadic at best, and, you know, sometimes infuriatingly frustrating at worst. Like, I don't have a content schedule. I wish I could give you that. I really do. But I'm an NCO. I'm a staff sergeant. Okay? My time is given to me graciously by the Air Force, but it can also be taken away from me. If any one of my troops screws up, I have to answer for that, which means I have to go into work in uniform 9 times out of 10, and have to answer to what my troop did over the weekend. Or there's some admin work I have to do because I have troops I got to take care of. So their records have to be reviewed. Their professional progression has to be reviewed. If they got CDCs, whatever the case might be, that all has to be reviewed. That all has to be taken care of. You know, my troops are my extended family. All right, they are, you know, they're mine. I take care of them. I want to take care of them. You know, that's what the Air Force pays me to do. But as a human being who wants to take care of other people, that's what my job. Okay, so understand that my schedule is very tentative. You know, I may say, hey, I'm going to be on at 0800 for a live stream. That may not be the case. All right, or hey, a battle report's done. All right, so that might be the case, right? Whatever whatever it is. But it's one of those things where you have to you gotta work with me. All right, I'm gonna give you guys content, and it might be, you know, a week before you see anything new, or it's a video that you may not like, you know, you're not interested in, and I get it. Not all of my videos are going to be grand slams, but there is going to be content, and the stuff that you're waiting for, please be patient with me, and it's going to be out. For example, the video that just came out most recently is the World Eaters versus the White Scars. That was a good, that's a battle report, and that's the first battle report with the jump edit cuts. Okay, so the jump edit cuts is basically I turn on the camera, I run for a little bit, I do the intro and outro, and then I shut the camera off. Though that's as far as I get into edits, and so far everyone seems to like it. Everyone seems to like it. Everyone seems to like the jump edit cuts, so I'm glad of that. But yeah, so just bear in mind my YouTube schedule is sporadic. All right, it's not definitive. So there's that. But so we've covered that. So that's the channel update. So I want to say thank you to Savage for doing the collaborations with me, and thank you for helping me out. You're an awesome guy. And thank you, Invasive Wargaming, for building up my subscriber base. I mean, 37 subscribers in one day. That's no joke. You know, I was like, oh my God, holy crap. I was in tears almost, because without those 37 subscribers, I'd still be sitting at 90 people. I wouldn't break 100. All right. So I want to thank. So thank you guys. Seriously, we're at 121 subscribers and 2,000 views, or 2,713 views. You know. So I want to thank you guys. We're a long way from 10,000 still, but it's closer than what we were. it's closer than what we were. So you guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. So there's that. Okay. So that's the channel update for Right On. So let's get into winners. 40k winners. All right. So I've already announced them, but I'm going to announce them again. And they've already gotten in contact with me, but this is an update for those people who have won. So, Son of Babbage, I want to first apologize to you, dude. I went to my local game shops and whatnot and suppliers, and they do not have the hybrid squad that you're looking for. So, unfortunately, while you said that this is awesome and you'll take it, here you go, dude. I will make it up to you later. Okay, I have your details. I'll make it up to you later. As soon as I find something, I'll give it to you. Alrighty? So here you go. This is your hybrid squad. Alright, for the Gene Stealer cult. And if you have another army, or if you want to save this for conversions, keep it. So, but here, this is your winnings. I'm mailing it out today. Today. I promised you it was over the weekend, but I had to work. Things got ahead of me. So here you go. So this is going out today. What's also going out today, Sebastian Zelik. I promised you that this would be sent out over the weekend, but I had to work. A lot of stuff came up over the weekend, so I'm sorry. But here you go, dude. I haven't forgotten. So here's your Fire Warrior box. So that was from the, I want to say that was from the, I want to say that particular video, those two particular winners were from the Tau vs. Chaos. Yes, Tau vs. Chaos battle report. So there's that. All right, but now on to the other winners. Okay, and I'm super excited. So Bill James, if you're watching this battle report, you have won Tau Fire Warriors. Okay, I'm gonna get in contact with you today for your email address. So, we have 4 giveaways to talk about because so many people commented. So, Bill James, here's your Tau Fire Warriors. All right, Aquarius, good sir. Harlequin troop. There's your troop's choice for your Harlequins, for your Eldar Harlequins. Enjoy these. Thank you very much for commenting. Thank you very much for subscribing. I am going to butcher this YouTube name. Aclays? Alpha Charlie Tango, Alpha Lima Zulu Yankee. Actleys? Your boys are getting the orc boys that they wanted. So, here you go, buddy. These are your orcs for your boys, your baby boys. And I'm glad that your sons are getting into the game. So, your free troops choice. Oh, Invasive Wargaming, thank you for jumping on to the chat, dude. You are awesome. 37 subscribers. You're fucking amazing. I want to hug you. I really do. You're awesome. You're the greatest, man. You really are. You and Savage Gaming are 2 awesome YouTubers that have answered my call to help me build the channel, and man, that it means a lot to me because I wouldn't have broken 100 subscribers, and you know, I wouldn't have gotten over 1,000 views on my battle reports. So thanks, man. The crew you sent over to help me out build my channel was awesome, dude. I wanna give you something. We'll talk offline about that some more, because me just saying thank you, yeah, that's acknowledgement, but as an individual, as a human being, my honor demands that you get something awesome. And like I said, we'll hammer that out because you're a great guy, dude. You honestly are. So thank you very much. Back to the winners real quick. And finally, Blackheart RC. From my personal stock, from my personal supplies, from one Commissar to an inspiring Imperial Guard, you get your Cadians, good sir. There you go. So I will be contacting those 4 guys, I will be contacting those 4 guys today, and you all will be awesomely rewarded. Okay, so or you'll all be getting that stuff in the mail. If not this week, if not by Friday, next week, Wednesday, Thursday. So as soon as I get everyone's details. All right, so there is that. Now, so I did the thank yous. I did the Warhammer 40k winners. Let's read some of these comments because these comments are awesome. All right, like a lot of these guys are freaking great. So Blackheart, we'll start with him actually. So he's a new guard player. He's a new guard player. Oh, Acklays, I just mentioned you. Your boys get some orcs. So if you missed that, I'm going to contact you later. Thank you for joining me. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the chat offline, online, just join the Discord, and you'll all get promoted to White Shield conscripts. Those are the base guys. Those are the guys that either don't donate to the Patreon or they're just online for the particulars. Now, if you want to be Pathfinder guys, if you're interested in the Pathfinder campaign and you want to be classified as Pathfinder members, let me know in the Discord and I'll promote you that way. But that's just to help organize everyone who's part of the channel, right? So I have some stuff to watch. Your speech is fine. Sorry for your accident. Glad you made it through so you could give us these videos. Thanks, Blackheart. The accident was nasty, as you guys can tell. I'm still struggling to talk. But what honestly saved my ass was, one, I wasn't going fast. I wasn't going fast, okay? 30 miles an hour is still shitty, especially in an accident. But it's not, it could have killed me if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. All right, so a little bit of, this is Staff Sergeant Hecht talking as a security forces member slash concerned citizen slash, you know, whatever the case. Wear your seatbelts, guys. All right. I could have been seriously mangled up if I didn't wear my seatbelt. Hell, I could have been dead. Just as a kind of a, you know, the public service announcement piece is wear your seatbelts, guys. I'm lucky I just got away with a stutter. I'm lucky I just have a speech impediment. That's the truth of it all. And you know, I'm lucky I just have a TBI. So just keep that in mind, guys. We're not impervious. We're not all Space Marines. We can't just walk away from a rhino crash and be like, oh, another day in the Emperor's service. Unfortunately, we're all classified as guardsmen, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, just remember that. Remember that. So thank you for your comments and your well wishes on that. Studio Montreal. Oh, Montreal. I really like the fact that you play fun build lists. Some other channels have either one or both players playing competitive. I like your battle reports. You should try a storytelling campaign. Now, everyone has asked me for a storytelling campaign. I'm thinking about it. I really am. The problem is that I don't have a lot of variety of models to give. So what we got right now working with Crossfire Paintball. Rob has regular Space Marines. Okay, he has the Primus and the Primaris, and he has the regular Space Marines. He's got Chaos, which some of you have made comments to about the WYSIWYG. Do you let people come in and game? If so, where are you located? I am stationed at Altus Air Force Base, so the town is actually Altus. If you are a local, if you are Oklahoma local, that's where Altus is. And Crossfire Paintball is in Altus. You just have to Google it and just show up. I will absolutely let you, if I am filming a game for Warhammer 40k, I will let you go. Now, I used to live stream at a place called Rule 9 Comics because their internet was awesome and I was able to do that. But unfortunately, they closed. And Crossfire Paintball doesn't have good Wi-Fi, so I can't live stream. So I just film. I film there and then upload. So what you're seeing are recorded games, not live stream games. I am pretty sure if I could live stream, all of you guys would be on there watching the game, making comments. And I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that more. Hell, I might even live stream from my house and get a few battle reports there. So just bear with me on that, and we'll figure that out. But if you come to Oklahoma and Altus, which is it's a small town, so there's nothing much to do besides play 40k. Which, hey, if that's all you want to do, you want to show up, play 40k, and then leave. Godspeed, all more willing to you. I am, Emperor bless you, as many would say. So yeah, I'm fine. So there were some people that were commenting WYSIWYG. The general populace would do WYSIWYG. Yes. I understand the WYSIWYG stuff. I get why people want to see what you see is what you get. Not everyone. I mean, proxies are a pain in the ass, especially because you're trying to remember what that thing is. I try not to proxy, but that's because I also have a job with, and I budget, so I have a little bit of a disposable income, or at least I used to before I had a kid. Alcace will any parent in that group will tell you that, hey, once a kid happens, your budget gets really tiny. So, yeah, just remember this stuff, guys, is that not everyone has a massive disposable income, which is why I'm doing the giveaways. Everyone loves the game. We just hate Games Workshop's business practices. It's super expensive to get into the game. So if I can help out a little bit, grow the community and whatnot, there's that. So, by the way, the question of where do you let people come in and game? If so, where are you located? That was from Thomas Rawl Thomas. He's one of the newer subscribers. So yes, if you guys want to come in and join us, I have no problem with that, and neither does Mr. Robert Campbell, who runs Crossfire Paintball. So there's that. So back to the reading of the comments from Studio D Montreal. I do want to do a campaign, but the problem is that we have very limited armies. So we have a Tyranid army that the store has been graciously given. by one of the players because he's out doing stuff for his job and he's not going to be able to play much. And we have a Chaos Army, and then we have a Space Marine Army. And aside my Imperial Guard, that's it. My wife plays Dark Angels. So it's Space Marines, Chaos Demons, but the Chaos Demons are pretty small, right? That's a small list. And then Tyrannid. So it's really tough to do a campaign. And you guys have been asking for Eldar. You guys have been asking for Dark Eldar. You guys have been asking for Necrons. You guys have been asking for Adeptus Mechanicus. So I hear you. You want to see more. The community in the area is very small. It's very tiny. Which is sad because the people that, I know there's people who play on base, but I can't seem to get a hold of them. And the times that I'm available to play are the times that they're working. So, or able to film a game, the times that they're working. So, understand that it's not that I don't care. Hell, I'm building an Eldar army. My brother used to collect Eldar, and he gave me all of his stuff. So, it's not that I don't care. It's I don't have the resources to have an Adeptus Mechanicus army, an Eldar army. And the only reason why I'm doing an Eldar army is because I have 2 Wave Serpents, or maybe they're Falcons, I can't remember what they are. Because I have never played Eldar. I've never played Chaos before. I've just been IG for my entire time in Warhammer 40k. So, bear with me on that. So, I have 2 Eldar Grav tanks, whether they're the Wave Serpents or the Falcons, I don't know. I have Eldar Warwalker I'm working on. I've got 28 Eldar Guardians. I've got a few of the Eldar cannon pieces, the heavy weapons pieces. And then I just bought some jet bikes and some Wraith Knights, or not Wraith Knights, hell, I can't think of what the hell they are. The small... You know what? Instead of struggling, I'm going to go get the box. 2 seconds. Great job. Good Lord. And Eldar Wind Riders. Okay. Oh, man. Wraith Guard. Jesus. Wraith Guard. So I've got a box of these guys. The Wind Riders. And then the 28 Eldar Guardians. And the gunner crews for those heavy weapons and whatnot. So I'm building those. So I'm building and painting, and these are going to be done up in the Oathway colors, the Oathway Craft World colors, with a little difference. The body skins are going to be blue, or the body suits are going to be blue, dark blue, and then everything else is going to stay kind of the same. So, yeah, So there's that. So there is going to be some variety. Just keep in mind that the community's very small. But yeah, a campaign, if I can get one more player that plays another race, whether it's orcs, whether it's Necrons, whether it's Adeptus Mechanicus, whether it's Tau, if I can get one more race, absolutely. And those players can be regular. They can kind of adjust to my crazy schedule, because that's really the big issue, is that it's that they got to adjust to me. I can't adjust to them because I work days now. I can't just show up because I'm a family man. I have to spend time with my family, and because I work days now, I can't. Most people, when they show up to film or to play, is between 5 to 6 in the evening. Well, 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 You know, that's daddy time with my daughter, and that's husband time with my wife, and you know, from basically from 5:30 to 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. That's the time that I can't do anything. So unless it's the weekend, in which case I spend time on the weekend with my family, and then I film the Solisian campaign. So that's kind of what the schedule is looking like. So, but yes, I would love to do a campaign. I absolutely love to do a campaign. Let's see, who else? Bill James, I think you should upgrade your board first. You could drive down to the local construction site, find what's going on, find decent plywood, throw some, cover it in glue, throw some cheap cat litter, spray paint it, and that alone would add a lot of viewers. So you are correct. A new battle board would be great. I'm trying to think of what to do. I'm trying to think of, like, we could do a new battle board, plywood, cat litter, and do all that stuff. Yeah, we could totally do that, and I think I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. That's a good that's a good comment. Thank you very much. Trying to think. Who else? People have been asking about so other comments that have shown up is like, oh, why don't you fully paint your armies? Yes, that is going to be a job. That is going to be that is going to happen. The armies will be fully painted. Actually, one of the things I'm doing is I'm revamping my army to match what I'm actually doing. So I have a bunch of old style 1990. Not for a lot more. You can get an FLG mat. It's a lot nicer. Doesn't scratch up your hands when you're picking up when you pick up dice. Ooh, see, I didn't know that. Thank you, Invasive. Where can I get one of those? An FLG mat. Can I just pick them up at any gaming store? Also, the sound of the dice mat's so good. Oh, okay. Alrighty. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Yeah. Can I pick up an FLG mat anywhere, or are they like hobby specific? Like, does Games Workshop have FLG mats, or can I just pick up at any gaming store? Let me know, and we'll, you know, whatever you can else come up with to help out, that would be great. So yeah, table wise. Trying to think of what else. So, yeah, Frontline Gaming. Oh, okay, all right. That's the company. Okay, alrighty. See, I don't know this stuff. This is awesome. I'm learning. through this live stream. So, for those of you who are looking for a cheap battle board and have a tabletop to play, Frontline Gaming has mats. There you go. So there's that. So people have been talking about fully painted models. Yes, at one point, all of my models will be fully painted. At one point, all of Rob's models will be fully painted. But keep in mind, we both have jobs. He's got a business to run, and I have my active duty service. So I understand that a lot of you want to see the high quality heavy metal, you know, on the back of the box, you know, what we used to call heavy metal, now just called Citadel paint, back of the box, professional painting, or what some people would say is, you know, level 2. Level 3 painting, okay? I understand that you want to see the terrain all done up. I understand that you want to see all the the models all done up professionally. I get that. There's certainly an allure, a very much allure to it. You're like, ooh, wow, pretty. It's getting there. It's coming there. Just bear with me. Bear with me for a little longer. The thing is I can't give you a timetable. You know, I've got so many irons in the fire that I want to give you all what you want, what you ask for, because I care about your opinions. You know, I care about what you think. I care about the fact that you guys are taking the time to help build my channel. So I want to give you good product, all right? But there's a lot to do, you know? I want to give you guys another army to play to see on the battlefield. I want to, so like the Eldar. I want to be able to paint my models, okay, and give you that time. But I also want to give other people more content, right? So filming StarCraft 2, filming Diablo 3, filming Divinity Divinity 2 Original Sins, filming Battlefront 2 and Battlefront. That's all going to be on the channel because you guys want content. Now, for the folks that are just strictly 40k, look, I totally understand, and I want you guys to do anything. Or sorry, no, I want you guys I want you guys to feel that I'm listening to you, and I want you guys to feel that the content that you're giving me, the views on the battle reports, all that stuff is what you want. So I'm taking the time for the comments to so that you guys, and I take these comments very seriously. I take the critiques very seriously. You've all helped. No one so far has said you're a shit wargamer, get the fuck out, which is awesome. You know, I expect it because it's the internet. Trolls, unfortunately, are part of the habitat. So, but for the rest of you all, every comment that you made is awesome, okay? And it's amazing. It really is, and it helps. So, the GamingMat.eu is just one place to get mats. Ah, okay, all right. Thank you, Meg Bellew. Thank you for joining the channel, by the way, and viewing. If you're a subscriber, so that's awesome. So, is it Bellew or is it Bellew? See, it's some of the I have a hard last name to spell too. Like people throw I's and Z's in there. Like I've been called Hecht, I've been called Hecht, I've been called Hecht, and I've been called Hegs. It's kind of funny. It's just like, oh shit. Well, which name is it now? So I hate butchering people's names because it's a pet peeve of mine. So, but thank you for mentioning GamingMat.eu. Yeah, so everybody, Bellew. Oh, okay. All right. That's what I thought. Bellew. Okay. So yeah, that's so yeah, the comments that you guys have been making on these videos is awesome. It really is. So to address the models, they will be painted. Okay, it's just going to take time. The battle boards, I'm going to go and get some more. Okay, so that way you have a variety of terrain. It's not just city fight. Storyline campaign, definitely going to do that as soon as I get another army that's not Chaos, Imperial Guard, Space Marines, and Tyrannid, because that's all I have. I have 4. Okay. I want to get Eldar and maybe one other, like Tau or Orcs or whatnot. And well, the Tau army that I have shown in the past is hit and miss to come and view. And a lot of you joined from a Tau channel. So I get it. I understand that you guys are in here for the Tau, for the greater good. totally get it. Not everyone wants to see Space Marines because it seems like everyone's a Space Marine player nowadays. Not everyone wants to see Chaos because they're just Space Marines with spikes. I get it. Not everyone wants to see demons because, you know, everyone's like, wow, they're OP. And not everyone wants to see Guard because, you know, not everyone loves the Imperium or thinks that the Imperium's interesting, you know, whatever the case might be. So I'm trying to get you guys that stuff. So Eldar is next on the chopping block for me, at least. So I'm going to be priming these, painting these up in the Oathway pattern. Thank you, Stephen, for giving me these this opportunity to get this stuff. Okay. And so there's that. So that's all the comments that I'm going to be able to read today. I'll get into more. Yes, thank you, TNT. Dirty Xenos, all of you. So I'll read more comments. I'll probably do a comments video later on this week because this one's running a little long. This one's running almost a half an hour. So, but y'all came here for other reasons, but in the last bit of the thank yous and reviews and all that stuff, reading comments, is BAM! The Astra Militarum Collector's Edition Codex. Got this beauty for 95 bucks. It came with cards, with the data cards. Just in time, no Eldar Codex. Yes, pre-orders do start Friday. I'm gonna have to, by virtue of having an Eldar army, get an Eldar Codex. So the codexes I've collected is the Primaris, is the Death Guard, and this guy right here. I need to get the Admech because I have some Adeptus Mechanicus sitting in my garage that need to get worked on. But I don't have a lot of Adeptus Mechanicus. I think I have about 30 Rangers or Vanguards, Skitarii, a Dune Crawler, and like 2 Iron Striders. And by virtue, I have just more Eldar. So, like, I have to rack and stack what I've got and just build. Now, Chaos-wise, I have a crap ton of Chaos because I have 2 Dark Vengeance boxes that are unopened, right? So, you know, by virtue, I've got a lot of Chaos. You know, I've got all the cultists and whatnot. So, like, I can build a cult army, basically, and do it that way. You know, another build. For the comment of the fun build stuff, I don't like how in tournaments people go for the cheese. Like, there was a lot of hate recently on the Imperial Guard with the immovable conscript blob. You know, if you run into a player like that, the cheesy player, it's not fun. I mean, for some people, they're like, oh, I'm going to crush this guy. I'm going to try and crush this guy. I'm going to prove that his army can be beaten. But it destroys the hobby for the rest of us. Yes, do we build an army that we think is going to win? Absolutely. I have in my army for Imperial Guard, just so you guys know, 3 veteran squads. All of them have a special weapon and a heavy weapon, and Voxcaster. 3 Grenadier squads, 3 Stormtrooper squads. Each one has special weapons, 2 special weapons apiece in each squad, and power swords. So my veteran squads have 3 special weapons, a heavy, a power sword, and a plasma pistol. My Stormtrooper squads have 2 special weapons, a power sword. I have me and my command squad, and then I've now recently got a Tempestus command squad because I want to be game legal, so I have to have 2 squads. I have to have 2 command choices. And then I have 3 Lehman Russes, 2 main battle tanks, 1 Demolisher, a Hellhound, 3 Sentinels, 3 Chimeras, and that's it. Like, that's my entire Imperial Guard army. Now, I have a Baneblade that I haven't painted yet. It's primed but not painted. I have another Imperial Guard tank that's primed but not painted. You know, I have I've got a few metal models, Imperial Guard metal models like Praetorians, Talaran, all that stuff. But when the IG first came out with this new system, they're like, oh, we're going to do away with the original force organization chart and just hammer it like this. And that's okay, but at the same time, that's frustrating because it's like, you know, you should be forced a platoon commander and his command squad and 2 platoon squads should be 1 troop's choice, okay? And then you could take your immovable conscript squad, but you have to spend the points on that platoon platoon hierarchy. So my only gripe with 8th edition is how they restructured these codexes. Really, that's the only thing. And how they made it so that the Imperial Guard could be cheesy. So cheesy players, I don't like them because they ruin the game. They have a potential to ruin the game. Yes, is it fun to win? Absolutely. But the problem is that if you literally have the game stacked in your favor all the time, it's not a game anymore. It's just an assurity. And that's not fun. You know, if you can table your opponent by turn 2, that's not a game. That's a slaughter, and it's not fun. All right? Now, me personally, I'm one of those people that are like, okay, I want to give my opponent a fair fight. I really do. So you're going to get that fair fight. All right? All right, and I've kicked myself in the past for like playing lengthways on a battle board. I mean, yeah, we draw the cards and there's the deployment setups and whatnot, and we run our missions. But at the same time, a lot of the games that I've played where it could have been lengthways would have been vastly different if we played widthways. So, you know, just as a player, for me personally, just, you know, if you want to play the game, play it for fun. Don't play it for competition. So that's that. But let's get on to this new Imperial Guard Codex, shall we? So automatically, you don't see the you see the original siege of Cadia during the 13th Crusade. So that's the front. This is the front cover. That's the back. And on the binding, and you have silver script, Astra Militarum. If I didn't buy the data cards, this would probably be $60. But it's $95 because of the, or $65, but it's $95 because of the codec, because of the data cards that came with the pack. So I don't know if you can all see that. Hopefully. Let me turn on to OBS real quick. Yeah, so there you go. It's a nice cover. It really is. So, only have known one which I can play with, and he's pretty cheese. Yeah. Like I don't hate cheese players. It just, they irritate me. They really do. Because it's like, dude, why bother playing with the game? Why bother playing the game if you're literally just going to grind your opponent down to dust by turn 2? That's not fun. I mean, it might be fun to you because you win all the time, but it's not fun for everyone else. It kills the hobby, kind of a deal. So that's the back of the cover for the Imperial Guard Codex. And then on the inside, you have, I know you're not going to be able to see much of it, but there's an outline of a Baneblade blueprint. And then you have a Commissar staring at you. So, oh my, holy crap. I can't believe the sun's bleaching out the video. Someone should have told me that. There, is that better, folks? Ah, there we go. Woo! There you go. So there's that. So that's the first 2 pages of the cover. And then the actual pages are gold or silver leafed. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but they're silver leafed. They're not the standard paper. They're all silver leafed paper. So the Imperial Guard, this new codex, pretty damn beefy, is what I have to say about it. So, trying to put it in words, because like I said, I don't like talking about cheese players, but so the doctrines and the command points are very interesting. Okay, now some of the command points are based off of what you have in your army. All right, so one of the command points that costs 3 command points is fire on my position. Even as they are overwhelmed, brave soldiers of the Astra Militarum may carry out one last act of vengeful defiance and call on a creeping bombardment on their position. Use this stratagem when the last model is slain, if the army is equipped with a Voxcaster. Before removing the model, roll a d6 for each unit within 3 inches. On a 4-up, that unit suffers d3 wounds. Mortal wounds, sorry. So, yeah, that's an awesome little stratagem. So, if you find yourself in close combat all the damn time, and your guy has a Voxcaster, yeah, I could see using that. Some of these ones are pretty funny, like jury rigging. Use this stratagem. Select one Astra Militarum vehicle. It cannot move, charge, or pile in this turn, but immediately heals 1 wound. So some of these are good. Aerial Spotter. Use this stratagem. At the start of the shooting phase, select a Basilisk or Wyvern model in your army. You can re-roll failed hit rolls in this phase. So understand that that these stratagems cost command points, and are model specific. So like Vortex Missile, Aerial Spotter, you need to have a Basilisk. Vortex Missile, you need to have a Death Strike or a Wyvern. Commander's Armory. Before the battle begins, your army can request 1 extra relic from heirlooms of contests with 1 command point, or 2 relics for 3 command points. All relics you must include different from the one that your Astra Militarum characters have. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. So some of these are really good. Okay. Preliminary bombardment. I don't know if I would use that one. basically that one is after both sides have deployed before the battle begins. Roll a d6 for each enemy unit on the field. On a 6, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. And that's 2 command points. So some of these are gambles. Some of these are absolutely gambles. Others are like, why wouldn't I take it? For example, Grenadiers. 1 command point. Use this stratagem before a Astra Militarum unit from your army shoots or Overwatch fires. Up to 10 models in the unit that are armed with grenades can throw the grenades in the phase instead of 1 model being able to do so. So, essentially, instead of the 1d6, you have now 10 to 12 d6, depending on how big the unit is. Fucking grenade just throwing. Now, keep in mind, they have to be within range of a grenade toss, and grenade tosses, I think, are 8 inches. But yeah, that's just deadly. I mean, you can hit, at max, if you roll all 6s, you could have up to 72 dice in Overwatch, or in the regular shooting phase, which would be insane. So there's that. So the command points are actually really, the stratagems are actually really interesting. I don't know if I'd use them, but the psychic powers are terrifying vision. On a warp charge value of 7, it manifests the enemy unit within 18 inches, subtracts 2 from their leadership for your next turn. That's really good if you know you can make that unit run away. That's really the only thing you could really use for that unit. Gaze of the Emperor. Warp charge of 6 manifests. You draw a straight line 2d6 inches away from your psyker. Roll a dice for each model in the center of that line. On a 4-up, that model's unit suffers a mortal wound. That's pretty good. Psychic Barrier manifests on warp charge of 6. A unit within 12 inches of that psyker gets +1 to all saving throws. Normal grant's only 6 inches. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miner. Thank you, Miner. So 6 inches. 6 inches away. You can literally throw out 60 dice. if possible. So Psychic Barrier, that's a good one if you're getting danger close to your enemy. Or if you're hunkering down in terrain. So now you have basically guardsmen and 3-up armor. For that turn at least. Night Shroud. Enemy units have to take -1 to their ballistic skill to shoot that target. Again, within 12 inches of your psyker. Has to be within 12 inches of your psyker. To cast that, not to benefit from it. Mental Fortitude. Warp value of 4. That unit automatically passes morale checks. And then Psychic Maelstrom. This one I kind of wish was a little better, but it's warp value of 7, 18 inches away from the psyker. Roll a d6. On a 2, plus that unit suffers a mortal wound. Unless this mortal wound is negated, you can roll another dice. So on a 3-up, that enemy suffers a mortal wound and continues until up to 5, 6. So this one's guaranteed to at least do two mortal wounds a turn. Or plus a relic that steals command points. Yeah, so for the relic that steals command points, I believe in moderation, right? Yes, command points are awesome and they can turn a battle real quick, right? But I'm not gonna be that dick that I think I know the one you're talking about. The relic. I think I know which relic you're talking about. Hold on. Is it Kurov's Aquila? Because each time your opponent uses a stratagem, roll a d6. You gain 1 command point. If they use a stratagem, not a command point. If they use a stratagem. And you gain 1 command point. And I don't see the steals one. Iron Star of Mordia. This is for Mordia, guys. Yeah. No, I don't see one that actually says steel. Yeah, no. Yeah, that one. It doesn't actually steal, but it gives you one. Yeah, on a 5-up. On a 5-up. Yeah, I wouldn't even use that. Like, it's a nice relic. Don't get me wrong. And for the points cost, it's not ridiculously expensive. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Yeah, if you roll right, yeah. Where's the relic? Did they not add a relic points cost? I'm about to say this is going to be dirty if they forgot to add that in there. Okay, since the dawn of... I don't see points. Oh my God. I think they screwed up. Yeah, relics don't cost anymore. Get one free. Wow, that is super broken. That is super broken. Yeah, no, I wouldn't use relics at all. Nope. I would. Well, let me take that back. I would not use relics. Yeah, then up to 2 more to buy a stratagem. Yeah, I would not use relics unless my other opponent was using relics, because these are awesome. These relics are awesome. Yeah, no, I would not do that. I would not do that at all. I would not do that, Semi-Am. I would not eat green eggs and ham. Because Blade of Conquest, Strength +2, AP -4, D3 wounds each time I hit. You know, and then you add in the Death Mask of Olinius. On a 4-up, you get a 4-up in vulnerability save, an additional once per game. Any started turns, the bearer may heal D3 wounds. Jesus. So that right there is an unkillable. That right there is a commander that's not going to be. If you put that on your company commander, he's not going to get killed anytime soon. Laurels of Command. Freaking. Yeah, Blade of Conquest. Yeah, they're all dirty. They're all dirty. Man, that's odd. Okay, well, I personally will not be using relics unless my opponent is. So that's that. But what people probably want to talk about are the doctrines and the stuff, you know, regimental doctrines. So, things I wish they added. I wish they added the ability to buy carapace armor for your soldiers. I really do. Because 5-up saves, not good. Especially when you're talking about AP weapons that are run-of-the-mill. For example, well, like heavy bolters, grenade launchers, like everyone has some version of heavy bolter. All right, even Xenos have some version of a heavy bolter. All right, 36 inches, and they'll just chew you up. So, you know, keep that in mind. Like, I run an elite guard army. I do. I don't like using blob armies. One, because I don't have the time to paint to build and paint all of them. Two, because blob armies, like, it's fun to rush someone with a huge blob of soldiers, but when I started playing Imperial Guard, you have to use points to get the weapon and exchange it for that relic. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Aha, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, thank you, Meg. So what was I saying? Yeah, I don't like using blob armies. Because when I first started playing Imperial Guard back in 2000, you know, most races had AP 5 weaponry. And Guardsman flak armor was armor 5, so I was like, well, I'm going to buy this carapace armor because I need my troops to survive. And that's what really got me started into the Imperial Guard elite infantry regiments, you know. So my doctrines, when back in 2005, was sharpshooters. So on ones, I got to reroll unless it was grenadiers or unless it was plasma guns. And snipers. Carapace armor for equipment. So sharpshooters, carapace armor, grenadiers, so stormtroopers could be troops choices. Hardened veterans, so I was able to take 3 hardened veteran squads. And that was it. Those were my 3. Or yeah, so grenadiers, carapace armor, sharpshooters, hardened veterans, and then commissars. So those were my 5. You could choose 5 doctrines. Those were my 5. And that's what my army was. So I would run 3 veteran squads, 3 stormtrooper squads. The veterans would get carapace armor. I'd have a commissar in each of the squads. You know, and they'd all have sharpshooters. So if I rolled ones, there you go. I get to re-roll again. So that was a good list. I have to paint a Tyranid army. I have a Tyranid army and had to paint 80 gaunts. 80. Yeah, bro. You feel my pain. You feel my pain, Miner. and you're like trying to paint the eyeball, and you sneeze, and your brush goes from one side to another, and you're like, no, Wrath. The eyeballs are the worst. Like, I understand that there are some people that are like eyeball champions, and they add in like the whole like blue eyes and white eyes and red eyes with little irises and whatnot, and like or like these purple eyes or brown eyes, whatnot. I'm like, how do you do it without going insane? Is beyond me. Like, I envy those people that could do that, because I suck. So I'm not that good. So there's that. You should see some of the first models I ever built. They're a mess. It's funny. So I wish they gave carapace armor as a doctrine. They have, and the doctrines that they've got are named regimental doctrines. Okay, so you have a Cadian, you have a Catachan, you have a Valhallan, you have a Vestroyan, Armageddon, Talaran, Military Tempestus, which is Stormtroopers, and then you have Mordian. No love for the Praetorian Guard. No love for them. No love for those guys. I wish they would have added those in. So, but you can only pick one doctrine, one regimental doctrine. So, like, Born Soldier. Reroll hits of 1 on the start of the shooting phase for the unit that fails if they did not move in the movement phase. So that's any unit. If it's an infantry unit and they've taken this doctrine and they've had the order of take aim and did not move previous, reroll all failed hit rolls until the end of the phase instead. So there's that. Like, so that's a good regimental doctrine. That's basically saying, oh, I've taken sharpshooters. Catachan, brutal strength, adds 1 to their strength and additional leadership characteristics if they're within friendly Catachan officers. Vehicle fires ranged weapons with a random number of attacks. So like heavy D6. You can re-roll the dice of 1 to determine how many attacks. So like if you have a flamer, okay, heavy, or like if you have a heavy flamer, that's heavy D6, right? If you re-roll and it's a 1, you get to re-roll it again to see if you get higher. Valhallan, Grim Demeanor. Units, half the number of infantry units who fail morale tests, half the number of the units that flee. Which is like harsh discipline, or hardened discipline, I should say. Vestroyan heirloom weapons. Units of this doctrine can add up to 6 inches of the maximum range of heavy or rapid fire weapons, which would normally have a range of 24 inches or more. So, Vestroyan heirloom weapons is like, you want to have Tau Lost Gun rifles? There you go. Imperial Guard now have the range of Tau if you take the Vestroyan heirloom doctrine. And by the way, it's 24 inches or more. So now your heavy bolters, they were at 32. Guess what? You add 6. Now they're at now they're at 38. All your weapons now are 6 inches more in their range effectiveness. Armageddon, industrial efficiency. Infantry units with this doctrine, their rapid fire weapons fire at 18 inches instead of the regular 12. And if it's a vehicle, treat the doctrine, if they're within 18 inches, AP 1 instead of having AP 0. So, Jesus. So some of these doctrines are pretty beefy, and you only get to pick one. Remember that. You only get to pick one. Stormtroopers, if they get a 6 up on their shooting, you get to re-roll an extra shot. And then Mordian drill, they get to add +1 to their leadership, and you add 1 to the rolls of hits for Overwatch. So instead of instead of 6s, now they're hitting on 5s. And vehicles, you can add 1 to Overwatch if they're within 3 inches or more of friendly Mordian vehicles. Of other friendly Mordian vehicles. So now the vehicles hit on 5s and 6s instead. So the doctrines are pretty beefy. But you only get to pick one. Now, if you're not Cadian, Catachan, Valhallan, Vestroyan, Armageddon, Talaran, Stormtrooper, or Mordian, guess what? You can pick whichever regimental doctrine suits you. So, some of you might ask, okay, well, what are you going to pick? I am torn between Armageddon Industrial Efficiency and Vestroyan Heirloom Weapons. Like, those are the two that I'd pick. I may playtest both of them. So there's that. So, yeah, the Imperial Guard have got some pretty decent stuff. Pretty decent stuff. The points didn't really change dramatically between the Index and the Codex. They really didn't. They just didn't. Bolt guns, bolt pistols are still 1 point to pay. Hell guns or hotshot lost guns, hotshot lost pistols are still 1 point. Lost guns, lost pistols are still 0. Auto guns are still 0. So, like, there's really not much in the way of points change. Yeah, there really isn't much in the way of points change. So this was a good buy for the collector's edition. And really, what makes it the collector's edition is the front and the back. You know, the front and the back, and then the artwork. Now, there might be additional artwork. This artwork right here. That I don't that the other codex doesn't have. But I don't know for certain. So, but the paper is definitely better quality. You can feel it and whatnot. So if you do play Imperial Guard and you want to spend the $95, go ahead. Like that's on you guys. I kind of like it. I like it. So there's that. So my only gripe with how the Imperial Guard have been restructured in the grand scheme of Warhammer 40k 8th edition is platoons are no longer one troop's choice. Okay? Veterans are no longer a troop's choice. They're in elites. Stormtroopers are a troop's choice, but you have to have a Tempestus commander to give them orders. So it's forcing you to take more HQs and elites. And the another big gripe I have is the company command squad. Okay, that should not be an elite's choice. That should be attached to your company commander. All right, I really dislike the fact that that's a thing. Like, your command squad is an elite's choice. No, your command squad is your HQ choice because that goes with your commander. It doesn't make sense to have the commander on one side of the field and his command squad on the other side of the field. Nowhere in an actual military battle will the staff of the commander not be holding the pocket of the commanding officer. So that's my take on that. Now, I get why they did it, because you could add a command squad to the Primus, I guess, because he's an HQ unit. And the platoon commander should not be it should be a troop's choice. The platoon commander and their command squad should be a troop's choice, not an elite's. And it should be, you need to take if you want to take conscripts, you need to take an infantry platoon. If you want to take If you wanna have stormtroopers, infantry platoon. You need to have at least one infantry platoon, so that it keeps people honest. That's really my biggest gripe, is that you people can go ham for no good reason, really. And I think Games Workshop fails to grasp that. You know, another thing that people have been talking about is the Ogryn wound cycle. Okay, so the Ogryn bodyguard, where you have the brute shield, and then you have the so that's a 4-up. So 5-up, 4-up, plus the lookout sir rule, all that stuff, and then the Crusader, frickin' wound shield, where it's a 3-up invulnerable. People have been talking about that and how people can abuse that. I'd only abuse it if you so some of the abuse that people are saying, as a player, as a sportsman, this is where you need to judge the person that you're playing with. If they're doing that, don't play with them ever again. Like, seriously, because they're not being good sports about it. They're not being decent sportsmen about it. If they're doing that, you shouldn't. That's the thing. Necromunda. Oh yeah, Necromunda. Their regiment didn't get any love either. The Spiders, the 8th Spiders, yeah, that's kind of sad too. Yeah, Praetorian and Necromunda didn't get any love. No love for the Hive. No love for the Brits. That's kind of sad. So if where was I? Oh yeah. So if Savlar Chemdogs too, they didn't get any love either. They got a little piece. They got a blur, but that's about it. So as I was saying, yeah. So if you're playing a cheesy player, don't play him again. Like, sooner or later he or she is going to learn that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have this cheese army. But the problem with the Guard is that they took away the whole, you must have an infantry platoon commander and the infantry platoon squads, the 2 infantry platoon squads, before you can do anything else. And I wish they still kept that. I wish they did. Because the sportsmanship, it kept people honest, because they had to spend points on those infantry squads. Now, granted, you could have gone minimal points and they were throwaway units, but they were still points. They were still points. So, sportsmanship-wise, nothing wrong with exploiting the rules. Yes and no. See, people don't play to win. So, yeah, of course people want to win. I'm not saying that people don't want to win, but there's a difference between cheese and there's a difference between, like, so what I was talking about was tabling someone on turn 2. In my opinion, if you're going to literally stack the deck where your army's going to win by turn 2 every time, that's not fair. Okay? Because then you're not playing a game, you're freaking just you're just abusing your ability to make a good points list. Okay? That's what it is. All right? In my opinion, in my humble opinion, if you are designing an army that can table somebody on turn 2, regardless of how well you roll, and that's literally what this is, like the conscript hack, the Bulgrin hack, the Crusader hack, if you're literally there to say, I don't care how badly I roll, I don't care how many 1s and 2s I get in the shooting phase or in the fight phase, so long as I have still models on the board that can table him by turn 2, that's not fair. That's not fair to people. That's not fair to your opponent. Honestly, in my opinion, every game should be a nail biter. Every game should be like a I'm I'm super worried. I'm super worried. I'm super worried that he's got that pointed, you know, whatever the case might be. Every game should be like close. But if it's just with friends, so Ackley's where we're having a conversation. So if I'm an attorney, then I exploit every legal loophole to rules to win. But if I'm with friends, or just a friendly game with people, fun is so much more important. Yeah, okay, so all right, yeah, that's understandable. Okay, yeah, an attorney, you want to win. Shouldn't everyone build their army to min-max most of the way? I mean, if you go by game theory, I'd expect if you go by game theory, I expect every player to win ASAP. Trying to win ASAP. Yeah, tournaments I play to win, friendly games I play to fun. Okay, so all right, I have a little bit of an unpopular opinion, and I'm willing to admit that. So, yeah, if you want to go to tournaments to play to win, okay, but know you're in that environment. And keep in mind that you're in that environment. And it seems like the few people that are actually playing, or that are actually talking in the chat, they know their environment, all right? But I'm talking about those players that don't know the environment, all right? Or I'm talking about the players that if they go to a tournament and they see that they're playing an army not necessarily to win, not like a tourney army, but like a fun army. They're like, hey, I joined this tournament. I don't know if I'm going to win or not, so here, have it at. Okay, all right. Maybe you need to curtail your tactics, all right? Sportsmanship's a big thing for me. Like, honestly, that judges your character. Yeah, you could min-max all the damn time in a tournament. Fine. But if you're... Well, because you have to pay to play. See, are you talking about Iron Halo? Where you go into that convention center and whatnot and all that stuff, or you're going to like Adepticon, all that stuff? Like, we're talking about the convention circuits, right? If you're playing at a local game, shouldn't you be using those games to refine your tourney list? Yes and no. So, again, remember your audience, right? Remember your opponent, who you're playing. If you two agree that you want to refine your tourney games, your tourney lists, okay, have at it. Do that. But don't go in there and play a pickup game. In my opinion, don't go in there and play a pickup game and use your tourney list on the person you did a pickup game. That's my opinion. Okay? All right, yeah, you want to win? Everyone wants to win. Winning feels good. Winning feels good. But just like in the military, if you're not instructing, if you're not coaching the newer troops, how to go about their job, and all you're doing is just crushing their soul, yelling at them, telling them that they're screwing up, you know, telling them that they're you know, terrible troops or bad people, whatnot. I think what you're saying is yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, your job as a veteran player is to once a month. Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, well, I'm glad your local gaming club does that. Most local gaming clubs that I have been a part of don't, because not many people have disposable income. But no, I'm glad that that's a thing that your gaming club does. It keeps the audience engaged and active. That's good. Yeah. So to Smith Jones, because we're talking about, if you guys are just tuning into the chat and whatnot, or to the video, because the comments won't be shown once this video gets posted. It's a responsibility to everyone that if you've got a new player, or you need to understand who the player is. So if you got a new person to the community, you don't smash them for the laughs. Don't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair to them, and that's not fair to you. Okay? Or you may think it's fair to you, but it's not. You know, we want to promote good things in the community. So there's that. Okay. Yes, everyone wants to win. Everyone loves to win. But you have to know who your target is. If they want to say, yeah, I've got my cheesy ass army, see if you can beat it. All right, cool. I'm about to min-max the hell out of this. You know, you're about to see infantry guardsmen for days. You know, Bulgrin auto shields and freaking immovable conscripts with commissars and freaking priests. Let's do this. You know, you can do that stuff. But if you're looking around and all you're seeing is fun gameplay, or you pick up somebody who's like, I've just got started, or I don't have a tournament list. All right, cool. Let's play a game. Let's just play a game. That's what I think people have lost sight of. A lot of people have lost sight of. Because I was speaking to people at I was speaking to people who went to Iron Halo, and there were these people who literally smashed everyone that they were going up against, and they didn't care if they were here for fun or if they were here for the tournament or whatever the case. They just ground them into the dust. And it was a group of 5 or 6 people. And it's just like, those guys are obnoxious because they're not doing the hobby any favors. Oh, see, that's a good... All right. If you do it that way, that's a good one. So Smith Jones just said, what I do with noobs or new people, I make a list, get the noob to make a list, then swap the lists, the noob plays my list and crushes me. And then that way I still get to test my list. That is really interesting. Hey, here's my army, here's my list, you're new to the game, crush me with it. Now, if I'm playing with a newbie, I take every little bit, show them different units, how they work, suggestions of what they do. Yeah, see, all right. Meg, Smith, you guys are doing exactly what you guys are actually doing. You are the gold standard of what you guys should be doing. You want to test out your min-max list, your tourney list with a new player or someone who just plays fun army lists? Have at it, Hoss. That's you. Get that win underneath their belt. Or if you want to instruct them on tactics and decisions, okay, you know, how to split your fire, what targets of priority, all that stuff. That honestly, you two, yeah, I'm loving it. You two are doing the hobby a good service. Yeah, kudos to you guys, honestly. And I hope you guys are subscribers, because fuck, I just might give you guys something. Let me think of it within a day, and I'll get a hold of you too. So make a comment as soon as this thing goes. Make a comment of that. I copy paste that comment, throw that sucker on there real quick. Once this live stream is over and the video is posted. So wait like an hour and a half maybe for the video to post. Post your comments. That way you guys remind me. And I'll give you something, because that, honestly, you guys are doing what you should be doing. How people build the community, how people help out with the hobby. That is exactly what you should be doing. Exactly what you should be doing. Thank you, you two. And you guys could learn. Anyone who watches this video, you guys can learn a lot from them. That is how we should treat new players, and not even new players, but other players that aren't just new, but like don't do tournaments. You know, like I said, know your audience, know who you're talking to. Okay? Know who you're playing as. All right? Don't be a jackass. Okay? Sportsmanship goes a long way. All right? And then people will play you, and then you get to test out your tournament. Hey, who can crush my cheese list? You know? I want to see you crush my cheese list, and I won't eat just for giggles or whatnot. And be honest with each other. That honestly, that's what I like to see. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Meg. You guys are awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. So Commissar approved right there. So yeah, as now we got to go back to the Guard Codex. So this is as much as I gripe about how the Imperial Guard have been restructured. Like I said, I played since 2000 since the early 2000s. I think 2002. So I played Eye of Terror, the Fall of Medusa 5, the Dark Crusade. So Eye of Terror, Dark Crusade, Fall of Medusa 5, Fate of Connor. Those were the 4 worldwide campaigns I've played in. So I'm a bit of a veteran when it comes to the Imperial Guard. So my gripes are very minimal. Like I said, I wish they made veterans a troop's choice with more doctrines. I wish you were able to give your guys carapace armor. You know, and another thing is I wish they gave Xeno fighters back. So carapace armor, Xeno fighters, veterans as troop choices, doctrines. Those are the 3 that I'd like to see back, because they have sharpshooters and they have jungle fighters. So, and then they have other stuff that's different, that's new. Points cost really didn't change much, and then I wish they changed the force org chart a little bit to match what the guard should be. All right, but other than that, I like it. I like it a lot. The Guard are a competitive list, okay? So, you know, there's that. So anyway, so what have we covered over this channel update? We're still doing the Solisian campaign. I'm doing StarCraft 2. I'm doing Diablo 2, or sorry, Diablo 3. I'm doing Divinity 2 collab. The battle reports. Penal Battalion missing makes me cry. No last chances. You know what? I do wish Penal Battalion was still there. Penal Legion was still there. And I wish the last chancers were added. Gaunt's Ghost too. I wish that was a thing too. So now that we're actually really talking about it, Gaunt's Ghosts. Wish they added those back guys in there. Last chancers. Wish they added those guys back in there. And Penal Legion. Wish they added those guys back in there. Other than that, and then the Vendetta Gunship. It should not be a Forge World add-in. It shouldn't be a Forge World add-in, the Vendetta Gunship. So, Gunship, Last Chancers, Gaunt's Ghosts, Penal Legion, and then the 3... And then the Hardened Veterans as a troop's choice, Carapace Armor, and Xeno Fighters. So if I could do that... if I could do those things, that would be great. All right, so we covered all that. So let's do a review real quick of what we talked about in the video. So we talked about being good players. Smith and Smith Jones and Meg Bellew. Meg Bellew. They talked about how they treat new players or other players that don't necessarily do tournaments. So good on you guys. I want to thank Invasive Wargaming for helping me out. I want to thank Savage Wargaming for helping me out. So I did those thank yous. We covered the winners for the giveaways. So the only giveaway that's open right now is World Eaters and White Scars. That's the only battle report that has the giveaway. Okay? And it's only troops choices. I have to reiterate that. It's only troops choices I'm giving away, because other than that, it gets a little bit expensive. Now, if you want fast attack or elites, my Patreon page is up. You donate to my Patreon page, and you will get rewards. And the thing about the Patreon page and this YouTube channel is it is for charity. are you going to be doing a new Necromunda campaign on your channel? As soon as it comes out, yes, I will be. Yes, I will be. I will be doing a Necromunda campaign. I don't know if I have the time. I want to. I really want to. But I don't have the time. But I don't know if I'm going to have the time. So keep that in mind, guys. If you guys don't know, like I said, I'm active duty military. So I need to, you know, I don't, my film schedule is kind of sporadic. So what I got going is what I got going. If I can add it in there, great. If I can't, I'm sorry. I really want to, but I'm sorry. So there's that. So yeah. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Jones. So to wrap this all up, because we're going on an hour 30 or an hour 40 almost. The YouTube channel is specifically for charity. 70 to 80%, as soon as we get ad revenue, is going to be for is going to go to a charity of choice. All right. The other 30-20 is going to help me run this channel. Okay, help me run and maintain this channel. If you join my Patreon page, 70 to 80% of that is going to go to charity. And the other 30-20 is going to help me run. Okay? But I'm going to school and have no money. And hey, for those of you who can't donate, just be a subscriber and view my videos. That's all I ask. Because once I reach 10,000 views, they're going to do a review. And they're going to see that I'm genuine. Okay? And then I'm going to get ad money. And then we're going to do great things. This is what I call the pebbles. It only takes a pebble to start a landslide. Okay? It takes one ornery pebble that's like, you know what? Fuck this, I'm moving. And then the rest of them start saying the same thing. And I want to build a community of light, a community for humanity, a community that serves the common good. All right? I talk about it all the time. We have so little time on this earth. And we spend a lot of it hating each other for no goddamn reason. Okay? I don't like you because you're different than me. Yeah, that's a natural human response, but we've grown up. We've gotten past, or we should have gotten past, racism, sexism. On either side, whether it's misogyny or misandry. Okay? We should have gotten past the supposed religious biases that we've been indoctrinated into. All right? If you want religion, if you live your life as a good Christian or as a good Muslim or as a good Jewish person or as a good Hindi or as a good Buddhist monk, right? Or as a good Shinto monk or whatever the case might be, if you live that life and you practice all the positive things in life, okay? Every religion has the one golden rule. Do unto others as you would wish to do unto yourself. Okay? I'm a humanist, all right? And what humanism is we only have this one life. And it's our job to take care of each other. And we only have this one planet, and it's our job to take care of this planet. To leave it better than what it once was. You know? So we gotta fight to be better. We gotta appeal to the better angels of ourselves, and I'm doing that. And if you guys view my channel and you guys subscribe and you guys donate, you're helping the cause. There's too much hate in this world. There's too much hate in this world. Okay? Smith Jones, you said, you said, you know, in the 90s we got past racism and sexism. No idea why the hell everyone's still talking about it, or talking about it still. A lot of the racism we got past was fixable, but we're still dealing with it, like the systemic violence or the systemic racism when it comes to class stratification. Okay, it's classism. All right. Oh, you're poor. Well, because you're poor, you didn't work hard. It might be manufactured. Okay, this new racism created in the 2014-2016 election appears to be manufactured devices. It might be. It might be. But we don't know that for certain. And I'd rather deal with a manufactured division, because if it's manufactured for a reason. So I want to deal with it against all the trolls and the vile people like Richard Spenceism. Classism is not racism. Classism is a little different in the terms of, because classism, while a lot of people, while a lot of minorities and whatnot, and I don't really want to get into this rabbit hole right now, but we'll talk about it later. I maybe do a Patreon video about it, or maybe do one YouTube video about it, because at the same time I'm trying to build the channel but not light fires. But I want to be transparent of where I am. So here's my take on it. There is classism, okay? And it's shifted to the poor. It's shifted to the people that don't, and what people think of as the lower middle class, and then the poor. It's like, oh, well, they didn't work hard enough because they're poor. No, I'm pretty sure everyone wants to do a job. I'm pretty sure everyone wants to do a job. You know, so like, you don't become poor because you're not motivated to work. All right, you become poor because of circumstances beyond your control. All right, when the 2008 housing market crashed, people lost their jobs and livelihoods all across the globe. All across the globe, right? Lost their jobs all across the globe. It just didn't hit here. It just didn't hit America. It hit England. It hit Germany. It hit France. Like all across. You saw the hardships in the 2008 crash. So, you know, there's a lot of hate going around, and I don't know why. So, when I joined the military, I did it because, you know, I wanted to be better than myself. I'm come from a military family. I felt that it was, you know, it was my decision. I didn't feel pressured into it. It was my decision to join the United States Air Force. Okay? Because I wanted to be better than myself and to help contribute back to the country that raised me. Okay? I lived and breathed off of the Air Force. So, like, it's one of those things where I want to give back to the Air Force that raised me, okay? Because when my dad was gone, it was the Air Force that was there. Gave me my schooling, gave me my 3 hots and a cot, gave me shelter over my head, all that stuff, okay? So that is where my kind of community of self came in. But now that I'm in the Air Force, I'm like, man, there's all this negative stuff going around. Let's do something positive for a change. Yes, I am doing self-service for my community. You know, I raised my hand in doing all that stuff, right? But at the same time, I could be doing so much more. All right, I'm 31 years old. My birthday was 2 days ago, October 14th. Okay? I've got so much life left to live, and I want to help people. I want to help people that are hurting, that are less fortunate than me. And it doesn't matter what flag you fall under. All right? You're a human being. I'm a human being. I want to help out. And you guys, when you join my channel and you help donate to Patreon and all that stuff, you guys are helping me realize that goal. So I can't do it without you guys. Okay? We're all human beings on this earth. And this is the one earth we got. All right? Whether you believe in an afterlife or not, this is it. Okay? This is it. So, this right here, so when you join my channel, this is a charity channel. When you join my Patreon, it's a charity Patreon. I want to donate to Doctors Without Borders. I want to donate to Habitat of Humanity. I want to donate to the Red Cross. I want to donate to the Red Crescent. I want to donate to the UN Human Rights Council. I want to donate to vocational schools that are getting startup, so that way people can learn a trade. You know, I want to donate to regular inner city schools that don't get funding. You know, this is what I want. I want everyone to be a part of this. And if we can forge that, what I call the army, what I call the army of light, if we can do that, if we can help each other become better, then I've reached my goal and I've done everything and I can just sit back and relax. But I'm not going to sit back and relax until I'm old and gray and in the hospital bed. And that's one thing that I've learned about life. You're not dead until the doctor tells you you are. So, Human Rights Council does have Saudi Arabia as its leader, but I'm donating to the legal wing. Saudi Arabia does not control that fund, so don't worry. So that was brought up. The Human Rights Council, I'm donating to their crimes division. The crimes division is run by, I believe, France right now, and France is really good about dealing with international crimes. And yeah, I definitely disagree with Saudi Arabia being part of the Human Rights Council as the leader. And there's more to that. So maybe we need to do another video. But I've got stuff to do today, unfortunately. So I wanted to do this quick, I call it a 2-hour update. Quick. I wanted to do this channel update because there's so much information that I wanted to give out to you guys, and I wanted to engage with you guys. But like I said, so quick, let's do this wrap up. So, channel update for all of you who don't know who I am. Active duty military, United States Air Force Security Forces. This channel is not for the laughs. This channel has a purpose. It's to help build a community that believes in humanity and that does good things for humanity and that does awesome things for everyone around the globe. Okay? Alright? My Patreon page, same thing. So when I finally start getting ad revenue from YouTube and from and when I start getting donors from Patreon, that's going to be that, okay? 70 to 80% will go to a good charity. What I'm doing right now for the channel, StarCraft 2 Let's Plays with people for Co-op Commander, Diablo 2 Campaign, Divinity 2 Original Sins, Battlefront 2 when it comes out, Battlefront, because it's still being played. The Warhammer 40k reports. I might do the Necromunda campaign stuff. And we're going to continue to do that. Ooh, 50%. people left. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, but hey, we're allowed to have our opinions, but there's consequences involved. But everyone knows about this channel. This channel is for the good. So if people are uncomfortable talking about it, that's fine. That's fine. And yeah, everyone wants to avoid those hot issues, but I'm trying to be transparent. Everyone wants to know who they're working with, and I'm trying to be transparent. And I don't like cloak and dagger stuff. I want to be honest with everybody. So like I said, with all the donations, where, you know, everyone needs to know who I am and where I'm coming from. And if they disagree with me, okay, fine. They disagree with me. And if they decide to leave and not be a subscriber, then that sucks. But I'm not, you know, it's me being fair to you guys as a viewer. So there's that. So let's wrap this up again. We keep on doing the wrap-ups. So we covered the Imperial Guard Codex. Like the changes. I really did like the changes. And we'll do it from there. And I'm going to play test some of the doctrines, and maybe I'll put out a list. I'll put out a video list of what I do and how, and my tactics and whatnot. We'll try and figure that out. The winners. Oh, and finally Patreon. Thank you, Mr. Charles Bell, for being my first Patreon viewer. You're awesome. Or being my first Patreon donor. So, like I said, our goal is $50. And we got that. But yeah. And it's okay to have difference of opinions on solutions and what the problems are. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the discourse has been so toxic because we're allowing people on the extremes to control the discourse. And that's the truth of it. But so this channel is for good. This channel is for people that are not as well off as everyone here. And if one day, if someone who's helped out this channel needs help, I will be there for them. Whether it's a private conversation on Discord, whether it's me saying, all right, well, hey, this is who we got who needs help. You know, everyone take some time, help them out. If you're nearby, let them know. Let them know that let him or her know that there's friends nearby. Because we all generally care. It's genuine. All right, I care. I care about everyone who comes onto my channel. Because you're helping me make this a better place. And if I can't help you, then what good am I when you need it most? So that's that. So everyone, I hope everyone liked this channel update. And I'll get to the winners and whatnot. Thank you, Smith Jones. Thank you, Megan Bellew. Thank you, Akalzi. And thank you, Invasive Wargaming, for joining. My name is Commissar Hecht. As always, you can join the Discord below and we can talk about more. It's in the description. Join my Patreon. The next Warhammer 40k video is not going to come out until next week, I want to say. Yeah. It's probably the 23rd. That's when it'll come out next week. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. join my Patreon, join my Discord, and as always, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you all for joining me for this update channel. Thank you all for talking to me. I know we talked about some hot button issues the last bit, but understand that this is me, and my opinions are my own personal, but I'm being genuine when it comes to the charity stuff. So thank you all. My name is Commissar Hecht. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.